Well, Inter opened their Champions League campaign with a 1-1 draw up against Slavia Prague, but they will have been excused for having more than half an eye on a big match this weekend up against AC Milan. And on that note, let's get you down to Adriano del Monte, who is a European football journalist based in Milan, which is very helpful indeed. Adriano, it's nice to have you on the show for the very first time. Just on the subject of the Milan derby this weekend, just give us an idea of what it means to both clubs and indeed the entire city.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. An absolute pleasure. A massive match this weekend, of course, the 224th official Milan derby, the Derby della Madonnina. Very exciting feel and buzz about the city at the moment, and, well, really all to play for both sides for different reasons. Inter Milan, of course, as you mentioned, off the back of that very disappointing 1-1 with Slavia Prague midweek. They'll be looking to make amends. For Milan and for Gianpaolo, well, it's been an indifferent start to the campaign, but a big opportunity here to take a big scalp in their fierce rivals Inter. So all to play for, as I said, and, well, tough to predict. Anything can happen in derbies around the world, as we know.
Yeah, absolutely. Early bragging rights up for grabs, of course, but also if we look at the top of the table, AC Milan already playing catch-up to their city rivals Inter way out on top with 9 points. The only team in Serie A that have won every single one of their matches so far in the league. Yeah, on that subject of Gianpaolo, let's just get back down to Adriano. Adriano, for AC Milan, when we knew that a spot was up for grabs, a number of big names linked, the likes of Inzaghi, Simeone. How did the Milan fans react to this appointment, a man whose previous biggest job was just Sampdoria?
Well, it's been an indifferent decade for Milan, hasn't it, with Juventus's dominance, of course. But for Gianpaolo, one of the emerging managers of last season in Italy, initially it was very well received. So far the results, well, again, they haven't played too many significant opponents as of yet. So there is still a feel of optimism in the air for the Rossoneri faithful. This weekend is the telling factor, though. Let's see where he's at against, as you guys said, the highly experienced Antonio Conte. I think it's worth noting as well, Gianpaolo was the man who replaced Maurizio Sarri at Empoli when he made the switch from Empoli to Napoli. So he is following a similar path. Let's see what he can do in a very big upcoming 10 rounds starting this weekend, where Milan will take on the big five of the competition.